fuck it, it's all good.
Welcome. Oh. You ain't saying that, so I'm just gonna go.
Hey, don't even take that out. Don't even take that out. Just leave that in there.
Hey, now we gotta get one of those little Hollywood things off of Amazon. Not.
Go ahead,
man. B. Welcome back to another edition of Getting to Know the Family. Getting to Know the Family. It's your boy, the CEO B. You got not your average chef, Jimbo, Jimmy, Jim Bob. And then you got the hostess with the mostest on Real Talk Tuesdays. Used to be Toxic Tuesdays. Finna be something else. We ain't gonna reveal it here. But since finna be something else, Michael Skywalker, Jodi Stokes. We are here today to get to know the family. Man, Mike, how you doing today, man?
You know what? I'm doing good. It's Saturday. I ain't got nothing else to do. And as soon as I get off this, I'm sliding straight to Waffle House, baby.
Oh, you finna go get you something to eat, man.
You know you gotta get that all-star breakfast with a large orange juice. Come on now.
Oh, that's how we get you today because you don't got nothing else to do, huh?
That's how we pull up. That's how we pull them out the streets. That's how because he ain't got nothing else.
It's not like I scheduled this like a month ago. No.
I got you. Well, Mike, we finna get into it, man. We got a list of questions. Then we got a little game we're gonna do towards the end of the show. But let's tap in and let's do it, man. Let's talk a little bit about the upbringing. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh man,
Michael Stokes. Let's start out with how many siblings do you have, man?
I have 3 sisters and 1 brother. I'm not sure. I ain't never seen that one birth certificate for them, but my parents keep telling me they my siblings. So I got 3 sisters and 1 brother. So that makes 5 of us in total. And I am absolutely the youngest one.
Oh, so you the baby?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Quick story. I'm actually a tumor baby because my mom felt she didn't feel good and she thought, you know what I'm saying, she went to the hospital and they was like, hey, you know what I'm saying, your stomach's kind of hard, you might have a tumor. So she's thinking she got a tumor and everybody goes in an uproar and they was like, well, before we give you this x-ray, come take this pregnancy test right quick. And then they hit her with the, oh no, you're fine, you're just pregnant.
You're fine, you're just pregnant.
Thank God she ain't take what they was going to give her.
Right. Thank God she get that radiation.
Right. Because if they had they just go ahead and did what they thought they were gonna do, boy, you wouldn't be right now.
Hey, we worse off than I already am.
Remember, you said it and we didn't.
Yeah. That's all right. Somebody was thinking
it. So, what experiences in your family help build or mold Michael Stokes today?
You know what? Being the youngest, I got to sit back and watch everybody else make a lot of mistakes. And it really put me in a position was like, well, I'm definitely not going to do that. Ooh, I'm definitely not going to do that. I'm definitely staying away from that. It was being able to watch people, you know, years older than me kind of make certain mistakes. And even though I made my own mistakes, I definitely had a guidance of what not to do and even some positive influence. You know what I'm saying? You had like, okay, that's something I can do and that's something I can do and that's something I can do. So being the youngest, I was able to kind of watch everybody else kind of live life. And even like being the youngest, so it's like with a lot of my cousins, you know what I'm saying, by the time they started having kids, you know what I'm saying, I was like 3 or 4. So it's like I was supposed to be with the generation ahead of me, so I got like the old knowledge and I got to hang out with like the people kind of close to my age. So it's like I kind of got the best of both worlds in a sense of like growing up, you know what I'm saying, because I'm 14 or 15 years away from my closest sibling. So I kind of got to hang out with like a lot of my cousins and like younger cousins and stuff, but I also got to like you know, hang out with my older cousins and uncles and stuff. So I kind of got the best of both worlds, and it was kind of it was a good situation to kind of watch everybody, you know, older than me live their life a little bit and kind of navigate through them type deal. So that was plus.
One more question about your upbringing. Did you grew up in a household with your mom and your father, right?
Yes.
So for most of us on our podcast, besides what I want to say, Cretia,
maybe
that wasn't the case. So how would you explain it or break it down to, like, how was it growing up with both parents in your household?
Good question, Jimbo.
It was, you know what? For me, it was normal because that's what it was.
That's
you know
what it
was. I can't really be like, oh, it's one thing or another. I've heard the stories about people like, oh, I grew up with just my mom and just my dad. For me, it was life. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part about it is, it's like 4 or 5 other kids in the neighborhood also grew up with both of their parents. So I was kind of around like a bunch of people that I grew up with that also had 2 parents. But it's like, I see the difference now. It isn't like, you kind of had my dad, who was the more strict one, and then you had my mom, who was kind of like, like the more softer one most of the time. So it's like you kind of had that balance of, you know what I'm saying, like having 2 parents. It was like you see like in the movies, like you had the mom who's sweet, and then you had the dad who's strict, and every once in a while they would flip roles, and then it was like, wait a minute, mom, why are you acting like this? I'm gonna go talk to daddy now. But it definitely had its downfalls. 2 ass whoopings for sure for the same thing. Definitely that. Like, yeah, you come home, you do one thing, you know what I'm saying, mom, like, I'm gonna beat you behind, and then when your daddy home, he gonna get you. So it definitely had its downfalls. It's like getting yelled at twice for the same thing, and they double team you, and you be sitting there looking like, yo, this 2-parent thing ain't what it's cracked up to be. But it just felt like the norm for me. You know what I'm saying? I never not grew up with 2 parents, so it just felt like the norm. I felt like one of those movies, like The Fresh Prince or something.
Yeah. So still another question to add here on the upbringing. So more so surrounding your siblings. What's your relationship like with your siblings, man? How y'all type of relationship goes?
I talk to my brother probably almost every day. I don't think it's like a day goes by that I don't talk to my brother. And I talk to all my sisters at least 2-3 times a week. So our relationship is pretty close. I think my only sister, Jackie, and that's because she's in Jacksonville. She's working like 8 jobs. We don't talk as much. But for the most part, I've always had a pretty good relationship with my siblings. I've never really had any hardcore falling out with my siblings. I've always maintained a pretty good relationship with my siblings for the most part. And I talk to like I said, I talk to my brother. Like, if a day goes by, if I don't talk to him today, I'll probably hear from him tomorrow. But I talk to my brother like every day. My brother is like my brother is literally like almost like my best friend. Like, that's my A1 day one. So
that's what's up.
So what how was Thanksgiving, Christmas, holidays with the family, with the Stokes family?
It would start off good, you know what I'm saying? It would
start off good.
It started off good. And then you would always, the thing was, like, my one sister, she can't keep a dude nothing. I don't even care. Like, I'm like, yeah, she can't keep it. She can't
throw
keep
all her business in the show.
For real.
You ever seen those 18 UPS Woolers with the extra trailer on the back? I'm finna throw up under that. So she can't keep a dude for nothing. She always bringing some new dude around. And it was funny because every new dude, we used to clown this fool. We'd be like, oh, here go another one. I like, how you got one between Christmas and Thanksgiving? Lead, dog. But
don't do it like that, man.
I'm gonna do it like that. No, listen, that one dude she brought over, that fat joker ate my doggone turkey leg. I'm talking about, I had that thing smoking and the thing for a minute, and he just came in there and ate my turkey leg. Oh, fat, no neck behind. He looked like he made me mad with that junk. I was hot.
Oh, he should have got kicked out.
Hey, I was ready to square out with Buddy.
Oh,
you ain't gonna be here long. Otherwise, we'd have a fight. But no, it was always fun. And somewhere down the line, a card game would break out, and next thing you know, somebody over the spades table, and it was always fun. The gift exchange was always lit, and my mom always used to take the gifts, and she was like, "No, I'll open them later. My mom is the epitome of I'll open the gift later, and it's like, no, mom, no, we spent all this money on this gift. You open it now.
I can't stand when people be like, I'll just open it later. It's a disregard for, I just bought you a gift and you don't want to see it right now.
I'm finna open it. You finna open it now. But it was always cool. Christmas and Thanksgiving was always good food. Everybody always cooked. I remember holidays for me was waking up like on Christmas morning, knowing that instead of opening gifts, I gotta go outside and chop wood so I can get this barbecue started.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because you gotta smoke it. You gotta smoke. On Thanksgiving, you gotta smoke the turkey. No, you gotta have like 2 smoked turkeys. You gotta,
hey, boy, ain't nothing like smoked turkey, boy. I don't think people know.
You gotta drop one in the fryer, but you know what I'm saying. We gotta do it in the middle of the backyard, so just in case anything happens, we got a lot of clearance. And then you gotta put one in the oven, you know. And then Christmas, it was more of the we didn't make a turkey, but it was more of the ham. So yeah, it was but it was always food and it was always lit, and we always had a good time. Like I love holidays with my family. Like even when I was living in Tampa, I'm driving down for the holidays because I gotta be there because somebody gonna say something and it's gonna turn into a roasting session and somebody bringing somebody new over and we finna clown you in front of them. So it was always a good time for all the holidays over here.
So you bring up Tampa. What was in Tampa? Like, why were you in Tampa for a certain amount of time?
I was working in Tampa. I had a job, and I was working in Tampa, and I was living in Tampa for like a good about 4 years.
Okay. So let's dig into it a little bit more, man. Let's talk about family talk a little bit. Let's talk about family talk. So, what have been a few of your favorite topics at the family barbecue?
Oh man. So when we talked about the situation about not having your being friends with females and being friends with dudes.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah.
That was one of my earlier ones. Yeah. And that's when I had like really, really learned. I think I was like my second or third one. And that's when I really learned about Brandon and Samantha and their long distance relationship and how they came together. And I'm sitting there and in my mind, I'm like, wait a minute. And I think it was Dante that was on there. And he was talking about, you know, being secure and letting you know, having friends and stuff like that. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Because I was like, no, pause. Because let me get this straight. Brandon and Samantha started off as friends from 14. So you want me to let my girl be cool with this nigga and Palmetto? No.
Thank you, Mike. That's how everything starts out as friends.
Not happening. That was one of my favorite ones. I was just like, no, not happening. And
that was a good show.
I was waiting because I had that one cooked up, and I was like, oh no. They finna hear my mouth about that one.
Hey, as a matter of fact, Mike, I think me and you was the only one that was on the same side that whole show.
Yeah, we was up because I was still looking like because Jimmy was like, no. And because I remember the point, because that's when we brought up Steve Harvey. There was like, because it was a conversation, Steve Harvey, man and female can't be friends. And it was like, oh, no, yes, they can. And I'm like, first of all, Steve Harvey been divorced like 19 times. If he say something won't work in a marriage, I'm going to believe him before I believe anybody else. He's been divorced 88 times, you know what I'm saying? So that was one of my favorite topics, one of the first ones we talked about. And I really, even though I wasn't on it, I really enjoyed when we had the topic about the men's mental health, because you know what I'm saying, just kind of hearing everybody's process, because it's like as men we're always expected to kind of hold it together, but just to see people that you grew up with, you know what I'm saying? I've known you guys since freshman year of high school, and just to see kind of that vulnerable side, especially when B kind of expressed himself about how he kind of navigates his day and he deals with everything, and it's kind of to see like that emotional side. It was actually nice to see, like, you know what I'm saying, to kind of show that like, hey, we got feelings too. So even though I wasn't on that one, that was a very one that it kind of like, that was a good one that really touched me, and it really made me like kind of look into like dwelling into my feelings, because it's like I realized it from that show that I did bottle a lot of stuff up. Like we deal with a lot of stuff at work and we really just don't talk about it. So that was one of my favorite shows, to kind of just talk about men's health and hearing all you guys kind of speak on y'all mental health and how y'all kind of deal with stress and peace and everything else. So those were two of like my favorite episodes on hanging out with you guys early on in the podcast.
That's what's up.
So what about a few episodes from Real Talk Tuesday? Give us a few.
Give us a few.
What an episode. All right. When we talked about dating in your 30s, and Telly got up there and was like, listen here, If I gotta take a shit at your house on the first date, I'm gonna take. Hey, Brandon put that in the intro, and
Because I thought that was so funny.
all you get to hear is Telly say, "If I gotta take a damn shit, I'm gonna take a shit." Hey, excuse me, where your bathroom at? And I was like, I can so Telly saying that in there, and I was like, "Oh Lord, oh Lord," and that one was one of my favorite ones. Actually, the last one we just did when we talk about putting the pause on the kids, it was like B hit me with the hey, listen, if I move this furniture and take this chain off and you still standing on your statement, hey brother, go ahead and get out the way. I was like, that's real. And my dog Lolita, she said, hey, I was like, we got a box. She was like, because the conversation was like, Lolita said, if my baby daddy said he had to put hands on my son, I'm gonna put hands on my son because we a team. And I was like,
I remember that.
I thought that was just so dope. That was one.
That was a dope episode too.
That was a dope episode when we got our boy Jimmy on there, and we talked about COVID. We ruffled a lot of feathers with that one.
Yeah,
Jimmy,
we did.
And Jimmy said, Jimmy ruffled a lot of feathers. Jimmy said, I don't give a crap what you talking about. I ain't trusting nothing the government handing out for free. Y'all charge for life-saving medicine, and you want me to take this free shot? And everybody was in the uproar. I'm still looking like, you know what, Jimmy, that dude, because I was thinking the same mess. Like Jimmy came through and dropped some knowledge. Jimmy said, nope. Jimmy said, I ain't trusting nothing the government giving out for free. And I was like, and it really kind of opened my eyes to like, damn, that's so true. Like, that's so freaking true. Like, the government out here charging kids for asthma medicine. But yeah, you want to take this shot for free? Hell no. Hell, I ain't going for it. So,
bro, an EpiPen that could save somebody's life.
Was like $350 or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
but you want to give me a shot for free. If you don't kick rocks with your bare feet, boy.
Yeah. So when Jimmy said that, it was just like, oh man. And just you know what? Honestly, I think one of the episodes one of my favorite episodes was the one we did the debate on we did the college football debate with me being that was our second Tuesday. And B came, and it was so dope. You know what I'm saying? Because B came in all his Gator gear with his Gator cuff and his Gator hat, and he had the Gator stuff in the background, and I had my Miami stuff in the background, and Telly had on his Chicago Bears gear. And it was just like that show was super dope. I felt like I was right in my element. And then I think my favorite show was the first show that Telly came back after having COVID. When Telly was back and he was like, I'm ready to go. Because Telly had been hitting me up. I was like, hey, bro, if you need another week. And he was like, no. He's like, I'm coming back on the show. Like, I'm tired of missing it. And so the show that Telly came back, I just felt like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was my co-host. Like, people were like, oh, you did such a great job by yourself. But I'm like, yeah, but it's not the same without Telly. Like, Telly is that spark. So Telly hanging out with us and that show that we did when he first came back from the hospital after COVID, you know what I'm saying? That was one of my favorite shows too. So those are a couple shows. And what's up, Jimmy?
I got to stop the show real quick. Listen, just sitting here listening to you talk and us talk. It's very Draymond LeBron-esque press conference type. Because, you know, we've been doing this thing for maybe a year, close to a year, like straight episodes, if not a year. And then to hear you and Brandon name off episodes from the beginning, from the middle. It's like, and you listen to LeBron and Draymond and these guys, and you're like, dang, how you remember everything from back then?
I feel that, Jim,
and you bring it right back. Like, it's crazy.
Like it just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
I like that. I like
because
that. Because
it's like you tend to, because it's like when you love something, you tend to not forget it. And it's like literally I would base my whole day around like, okay, on Tuesdays, I can't, like on Tuesdays, I would change my work schedule to where like I don't have to go to Naples on Tuesdays. I'm like in Venice, Northport, Punta Gorda. I'm like an hour away so I can get back home, get ready because I'm excited about these topics. And it's just like, you remember those moments because you're nervous. Like the first few episodes on Tuesday, I was nervous as hell. Like I was so nervous. I was like, oh my God, I'm about to mess up. This is about to be a shit show. And at one point I wanted to quit. I think it was the day that we had all those technical difficulties. Like we had to jump off the podcast and hop back on because the StreamYard wasn't working. And this was before I got my laptop and I couldn't get my phones to work and I couldn't get my tablet to work. And I was so flustered. And I finished the show and I was so flustered. And
I remember that show.
I was so mad. I was so mad. And I was just like, okay, all right. You know, after like, calm down. What can you do to be better? You need a laptop. And so like I started looking on Amazon, and I remember the day my laptop came in and I was like, all right, I'm good. And then when I started like finding plugs for guests and everything, it was like it was just like every time something new happened, it was like almost an excitement. So it's like it was that energy boost. You know what I'm saying? When Lolita hit me up and she's like, yo, I want to come hang out with y'all as much as possible. It was that energy boost. And when I found that podcast plug on Facebook and we was getting all them guests, it was that energy boost. And it's just like the things you remember the most are the things that happened early on because those were the most exciting things that happened. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask this kind of segues into our next question. What motivates you when you're doing these podcasts? How do you keep that motivation to do it? Because you know when we brought you on, you know what I'm saying, you helped us a lot with a lot of guests and you helped us a lot with a lot of views. So what helps motivate you to continue to do what you do for this podcast?
Because I got a lot to say, and I feel like as life goes on, my perspective changes. It's like I just want to share my opinions and perspective with the world, whether you like them or not. You sitting here listening, you can not like them all you want to, but you're sitting here listening to it. So you know you're gonna watch the disagree. Please watch the disagree, and while you're doing it, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it so you can disagree and show it to your coworkers and talk shit. Like make sure you do that. But just I feel like I got a lot to say, and I just want people. I like to hear people's opinions. I've always been a person that's like I want to talk. You know what I'm saying? When something happens, I want to hear people's opinions because I just like what people. I like what people are thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think? Because a lot of people walk around quiet. A lot of people walk around like I don't want to share my opinions because I don't want nobody to look at me weird. Well, now that you said that, now I want to hear your weird ass opinion now because now I'm intrigued. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want to hear what people say. I want to hear what people are thinking. I want to hear what's on your heart because some people like some of the most best advice you'll ever get will most likely come from somebody you never would have thought you got it from. You know what I'm saying? So I just like hearing people express themselves. And there's a lot of people that want to talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people that's like, I got so much to say, but I don't know where to say it. You ever been on a podcast? Come on here and hang out with us, you know? And just hearing what people, you know what I'm saying? Because in life is experience. You know what I'm saying? So it's like some of the best conversations we might have now might be somebody from this podcast. You know what I'm saying? And in this day and age with everything going on, it's just a breath of fresh air to kind of just have an outlet to kind of just say what you want to say. You know what I'm saying? To get it off your chest and have people, you know what I'm saying, even like-minded or not like-minded to kind of talk to. I think that's the biggest thing in this world is we forget, like, at the end of the day, even though you want to be the introverts, we social creatures. We social creatures and we want to talk and we want to express ourselves. So my motivation is just to get out there and reach out to many people as we can. You know what I'm saying? Make somebody laugh, give somebody a good opinion, give somebody some advice, because at the end of the day, I tell people all the time, bro, life's too short to be stuck up and angry. Get out here and laugh. Like, show people that it's okay to laugh and have fun. Like, life don't have to be serious. So
it's okay to be okay.
Yes, it's okay to be okay.
It's okay to be okay.
To not be okay. So my motivation is to just, you know what I'm saying, just show people that you're not alone. And if you have a voice, come hang out and holler at us, man.
That's what's up.
On this beautiful thing that we have called Family Talk, we ran across a few different, I don't know if you want to call them characters, personas, names. You know, we got Mr. Hendrix, we have Jodi Skywalker, We have
Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights.
Hey,
We have
B gave me Friday Night Lights. That was all B. So I just took it and ran with it.
I'm good with the nicknames, man.
shoot. We have Real Talk Tuesday, Mike, Jodi, and we got Mr. Impact, Jodi.
And while Jim, I'm sorry to cut you off, Jimbo. While Jimbo's saying that is because we do see a difference in all your personas. You know what I'm saying? But they all fit for where they are at. You know what I'm saying? So when you're on the family barbecue, you give us that Impact Mike. You know what I mean? When you on, Real Talk Tuesday, you give us Jodi. You know what I'm saying? There's times you give us Hendrix. So I'm sorry to cut you off. I just want to end it. I just want to put that in, Jimbo. But you can finish the question. Go ahead.
Because when we first started, me and Mike used to bump heads a little bit, disagree on some things here and there. We still do. We still do. But he came over to my house to share a quick little story. He came over to my house, and if you don't like it, Mike, we could cut it out. He came to my house and got some food.
We got to keep this in. Keep this in.
Came to my house, got some food, and we just started talking about some real life stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, and the mic, I'm hearing, I'm sorry, I'm hearing Michael Stokes. I wasn't hearing Jodi
or Hendrix
or Hendrix. So I'm like, hold on, bro. I'm like, who is this guy I'm hearing? I'm like, why we don't get this guy on the podcast, bro? So go ahead and break that down for us. I could get an answer, but you here. The source is here.
Listen, it's something that my grandpa told me a long time ago, and it's something that sticks with me today. And it is not my job to live up to the expectation of who the hell you think I am. I'm gonna be who I am regardless. And if you think that all I do is play around and goofy, that's great. I don't have to live up to that expectation. If you think I'm super serious all the time, cool. I'm not living up to that expectation. I'm going to be me to the day I die. And I like to confuse people. You know what I'm saying? I like people to think that, he's one way, but he's not, or he's this way, or he's not. It don't matter what you think. It's not my job for me to be who you think you know me. You don't know me. You ain't had a conversation with me. You don't know me. If all you know is me from Facebook, then you don't know me. And that's okay. But it's not my job to, fill you in on who you think I am. Take what you want to take from anything I post. Take what you want to take from anything we on the podcast. Take what you want to take. I think it's just me just having fun. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a persona. It's like, you see people kind of flip the switch and be one person and then be the next. But I think it's fun and it's kind of necessary because like on Saturdays, you do want to be a little bit more serious because we do cover some more serious topics. And I think it gives people a wider range of who I am. You know what I'm saying? So it's like on Saturdays, you can expect this person, and on Tuesday, you can expect this person. But at the same time, it's just like I might give you a little bit of Tuesday mic on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? I give you a little Saturday mic on Tuesday. So that's why it's just like it's just me having fun and just throwing people off. It's like don't worry about what you're gonna get. Just know when you pop up to the podcast and you see Hendrix, like, he about to cut a fool today. Or you see Mike, he like, he about to act like he got some sense. You know what I'm saying? But I might switch it up. But it's just something fun to do. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing hardcore embedded. It's just something fun to do. And plus, you know what I'm saying? When B came to me and was like, kind of switching up the topics on Tuesday, it was like a switch had flipped it. It's like, we can cover some more serious topics and, be a little bit more serious, but still be yourself. So it's just the versatility. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find like my versatile angle to where like, you know what I'm saying? When we start getting a lot more people on our stuff, it would be like, like who you get in today. Because even though you guys don't change your names, it's like y'all all do it. And it's kind of awesome to see y'all kind of flip y'all personas because like Jimmy can be very woke and very wise, but he can also be very petty. You know what I'm saying? So Jimbo changed his name so when he being petty, it'd be kind of funny. It'd be like, you know what I'm saying? It's like not your average chef. If he was like Jim and then he changed it to like 305 Jimbo, and that's his petty style. It'd be like when he came on and it was 3 or 5, you like, oh, he's about to be petty. You know what
Hey,
I'm
I
saying?
like that. I think I'm gonna use that one.
Hey, I think you should do that, man. I like that too. 3 or
You know what I'm
5
saying?
Jim.
So it's just more versatility. It's like actor. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen actor like, you know, when T.I. did the album T.I. versus Tip, you know what I'm saying? The Cassidy, the Hustler versus the Problem. It's a versatility thing. I'm practicing my versatility. So when we hit TV networks, you know what I'm saying? You know, I might have 2 accounts on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I might have Jodi account, I might have Michael account, you know. So when I'm doing my interview with CNN, you know what I'm saying, about a serious topic, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be on the Michael Twitter. And then when I'm doing an interview with Charlemagne, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be on the Jodi Twitter.
What made you want to join the podcast? What was it about, you know, me, Nick, Nate, Jimbo culture? Because it started with me, Nick, Nate, and Jimbo. You know what I mean? So you had to see something that, okay, I want to be a part of that. So what was that thought that ran through your mind to be like, man, I want to be a part of that?
Just seeing y'all, like my classmates, my homeboys that I seen, you know what I'm saying? Like we brushed past each other on social media and we might have bumped into each other, you know what I'm saying, out in person. But you know, it was just one day I was laying around, I think it was like a Saturday morning, and I was like, you know, it was like Jimmy Strong Jr. is live, and I'm like, what Jimbo talking about? And it was the podcast, and I was like, oh, I was like, we got a podcast, and I was watching. I was like, oh, I got an opinion about that. Oh, I got an opinion about that. Oh, I just like I had so many opinions about what y'all was talking about, and I think at the time you guys were talking about. Oh, first of all, this is what got me. It was doggone. Who was it? I think it was like Nick with the LeBron James slander, and I was like, first of all, ain't no way in hell. We not having that. I was like, oh, I think I hit up Brandon.
You know what? You did, and I was going to get to that too, because you did hit me up and you was like, hey, how can I be a part of this? And that's just what he texted me. He was like, and I was like, you can just come on. You come on and talk about anything we got talking about that day.
Yeah, y'all, we was talking, y'all, it was the LeBron James slander, but it was just like I had so much to say about what y'all was talking about. But Nick with the LeBron James slander, and I was like, we not doing this. No, sir. About to hop on and rectify all that. So that was what that was about, the LeBron James slander. And I was like, nah, I'm about to get on and rectify all that. We ain't doing this. Talk about my boy. Yeah, then I hit up B and was like, how can I be a part of this? I honestly just want to hang out with you guys. Cause like I said, I just like hanging out with cool people, and y'all seem like it seemed like everything was cool, and the group was just so dope. And I was just like, yo, I just want to hang out with y'all guys and talk with y'all guys. And I had no intentions on having my own show. It just kind of took off from there. It was just like I really enjoyed it 1 time, 2 times, and then it was like, yo, I got to do this. I love doing this, and so that's what happened with that.
So we'll probably ask you this question 2 or 3 times more on the show. Who knows? But with all that being said about the podcast, and you kind of already answered it, but we're just going to make sure that we clarify some things. What is the biggest message that you want to get across through this podcast?
Stop taking life so seriously. Stop rushing. Like, live. And living isn't being successful. It's enjoying the moment that we're in. You know what I'm saying? Put your phones down, pick your head up, and enjoy the moment. Like, laugh, like, be happy, you know? We live in a world where everybody wants to be super serious and super successful, but at the same time, my biggest message is sometimes your success in life ain't life success. Sometimes success is just having a good day. We underestimate just like being happy. So I want people to, like, my biggest message is be happy, live life, smile, laugh. You know what I'm saying? Don't be so uptight and butthurt about everything. You can't control what's going on in the outside world, but you can control what's going on in here and up here. So take that and just kind of focus on what's right in front of you. You got a family. Focus on your family. You know what I'm saying? Focus on your loved ones. You know, stop trying to Stop trying to be the, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people be like, I want to be the first one to go to college. Like, are you going to college to be the first one to go to college, or are you going to college because that's what you want to do? Like, focus on your own stuff. Just be happy in life. Smile, laugh. You know?
I like it.
That's my message. Like, smile more, frown less.
I like it. So let's do a skirt real quick, like Jimbo say. What motivation do you use on your daily basis? We talk about mental health a lot, and I know you've expressed what you go through mentally. So I want to dig a little bit deep into that. Well, what's your motivation daily with mental health?
It just, honestly, my motivation there is to be the best me that I can be, and during my course of the day, you know what I'm saying, just try to be better every day. People always have these crazy life goals, and my life goal is this. I don't really have a set goal. I just know that when I'm in my 80s, I want to be able to look back at my life and be like, I'm happy with what I did. You know what I'm saying? So my motivation is to make sure that my 80, 75-year-old self is happy. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. When it is something stupid, simple. And I try to be very complex, but I also try to be simplistic. Like, today is the day I'm not doing anything. Go to the gun range, blow off some steam, have some fun. Because ain't no telling what you might have bottled up that you don't even know. And my motivation is just to be happy. Be happy with myself. Like, I don't have these $1 million goals. I don't have these, I need a yacht. I need, a big house, dreams. I want to know what makes me personally happy and to accomplish that goal. You know what I'm saying? So my motivation is just be happy. Don't be bitter. Don't be sad. Be happy. And just to learn a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Every month I take a mental inventory. Did you learn anything this month? Did you waste the month this month? Oh, you learned something this month. You all right. And I move on. Don't put no pressure on yourself. You learned something this month. And I move on.
That's what's up.
So we're gonna move into one of your favorite issues, topics, and subjects.
Okay.
Guns, baby.
Hey,
we're gonna talk about them guns a little bit.
I might have one or two of them things around the house.
Who's counting? Let's say that.
Who's counting?
What is an issue that you would correct or change? Oh, all right. This one isn't about guns. Sorry. All right. What is an issue that you would correct or change in Manatee County and in the United States of America? What is an issue or two that you say, like, let's change this?
For the people who weren't watching, it'd be free lunch from K through 12th grade. Free lunch.
That's for the U.S. or Manatee County?
At U.S. Everything. I do not understand why kids are having to pay for lunch. It'd be free lunch. That would be on tax dollars for sure. I would be pushing more water, more fruits, more vegetables, better cooked meat. You know what I'm saying? More. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, we teach agriculture in school. We teach your little snot gobblers want to play in dirt. They can throw some seeds in the ground and water them. Like, real talk. Like, free food K through 12. There would be, like, people be like, where are my tax dollars going? School lunches. That's where your tax dollars going, because there's no reason why these kids can't have a healthy breakfast and a healthy lunch.
And they'll spend our tax dollars on giving needles and all this stuff.
Right. Ain't no tax dollars on giving needles to addicts. No, free lunch for the kids. And legalizing marijuana, because all the profits you make doing marijuana, all right, we can take that same tax money and put it right to those free lunches. Like, after school programs. I am 1,000% about taking care of the kids. That's one thing about me. I'm gonna tell Uncle Jody gonna take care of the kids. I am 1,000% about taking care of the babies. Free lunch.
I like it.
For all diets. Like, if your kid want to be a vegetarian, cool. We got cauliflower rice in this mug. Free lunch. We gonna help everybody. Free lunch. All about the kids.
Okay.
That's what's up, man. So let's get into it. Let's go back to the guns thing, man. What is your favorite gun?
My favorite one? Ugh. It would probably be my SIG. I bought it a couple months ago. My tax season. Spent a little bit of tax money. My SIG. It just got the. I just love it so much. All metal frame, little red dot, 15 round. I got the extended on the 20. My SIG would be my favorite one. But my most reliable one, that Glock. Gotta keep that.
Yeah, you gotta keep a Glock on you, boy.
That Glock stand. Hey, listen. If you see me out in public, just know it's in reach. Don't touch it. It's in reach. It is in reach. And my most reliable one, my Glock and my SIG would be my two favorite ones, though. Like always on me all the time, legally, permit up to date.
Of course.
Hey, but the new law in Florida that just passed, you can open carry. You don't need no license. You don't need no permit, no nothing.
They're pushing for that law right now, but between us is we will. I'm gonna keep a permit on me anyway.
That's what's up.
Hey, for all my pigmented people, don't get caught up in these white people laws, and keep that permit on you.
So what got you into guns, brother?
Honestly,
what led you down this path?
I've never been against guns. I never was against them. My dad had a few. You know what I'm saying? My dad had a few growing up, and like I said, one day I was driving down the street and I was in traffic, and this dude cut me off, and I had like my nephew and my niece in the car, and you know what I'm saying, I flipped him off, like whatever. He pulled up on the side of me, he flipped me off, he honked his horn, I honked my horn, right? And then I went on about my business, like, yeah, whatever, you ain't gonna do nothing. So, and then dude got out his car, and he walked up to my car window, right? And the moment he got to my car window, I realized then, like, it could be this dude can have a 22 pea shooter. I got nothing. And so, like, I need to get something to protect me. So I started doing a little research, and I bought my first one and was like, okay, I'm good with just this one. And then, you start going to the gun range and you start seeing other stuff people got, and it's just like, oh, I like that. And so I bought another one. And then I bought another one. And then it was like, it was just that, it was a rabbit hole. It was all down here from there.
But you only bought two, though. You only bought two.
I only bought two, and then it turned into
no. All you got is two.
Yeah, right. I bought two. And it was,
we mentioned earlier who's counting. So
yeah. Only bought two, and it was a rabbit hole from there. It was a rabbit hole.
So you touched base on it a little bit here, but we're gonna see if we can get in depth with it. What are a few gun laws most people don't know about?
That you don't have to have a carry license to actually purchase a firearm. Like if this allows you to purchase a firearm, you do not have to have a carry license. You just have to have a clean record. That's one people do not know. And honestly, even if somebody, like, guns are not under people's names. That's the biggest thing. Like, oh, I bought a gun and it's in my name. It's not in your name. You're just the one who purchased it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if Brandon buys a gun and he gives it to Samantha, and you know what I'm saying, that's not Brandon's gun. That's the gun is in possession of the gun belongs to whoever's in possession of it at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not his gun. There's no such thing as it's under his name. It's, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, the background check and all that paperwork is just for the seller to say, hey, you gave us money. We made sure that you didn't have a criminal background. We gave you this item. That is it. It is not, there's no such thing as it's under somebody's name. And like, people's like, oh, it's registered. If you did not take that firearm down to the police station and whip out that serial number and that receipt and fill out paperwork and get it notarized, it is not registered. What you filled out at the place that you bought that firearm is just a background check. If you don't take it to the police station, it is not registered. So that's something people know. It ain't registered if you didn't take it to the police station.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Interesting. If you could make a gun law, or 2 or 3 or 4, what would it be?
I definitely wouldn't be selling rifles to 18-year-olds. I am all 2A, but I just don't see a reason why an 18-year-old needs any type of gun at all. I would honestly push that up to like 21 or like 24, even 24. You know what I'm saying? Because like
25.
Yeah, even 25 to some extent. And I think that I think that, like I say, even as a pro 2A person, I think that when you go to renew your carry license, you should go through like an hour session with a therapist. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, we sit down, have a simple conversation with you, ask you some questions, catch a vibe, and you know what? You seem a little off. We're gonna provoke you. We're gonna hold you back from purchasing any more firearms until you can, until you come back and get this straight. Because I do think that like I said, I am pro 2A, and I'm not about telling people that you can't have a firearm to protect yourself. But I do think that it's some mentally unstable people out here with clean records. I think that's the biggest issue. We have to start looking at the mental health factor. So I think in order to renew your carry license, you should have to fill out like a questionnaire part and kind of talk to a therapist a little bit. I think that would cut down on some of the, not I would say cut down, but that would eliminate some people having firearms, because it's just some people who ain't just never did nothing, but with some crazy mentalities, you know what I'm saying, that own them. And it's just like, nah, because honestly, not everybody needs to own one. Like I'm 100%, there needs to be some laws that have changed, but I just don't know what they are. But not putting them in the hands of 18-year-olds, because the incident that happened in San Antonio, Texas, I believe, that the kid was 18. You know what I'm saying? And he legally bought them. Like, I think that's a problem. You shouldn't be 18 walking to a gun store talking about purchasing a rifle. Like, no. Because in the state of Florida, you got to be 21 to get a handgun. So it was just like, I think what B said is true. I think you should up the age. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason why, a 20-year-old should be walking around here with it. Like, no, you should definitely up the age. And not necessarily say gun laws, but I think there should be a better security at these schools. And I think that if you are a police officer at these schools and there's something happens, I think you should be charged. Because you telling me that these police officers like didn't go into these schools? Like, that's your job. Like, you signed up for this job. Like, so he was in this school and police officers were outside. You had parents with guns ready to go in faster than the police. I think that's police officers should be charged. You should be fired and charged.
But wait. Now, I don't know about, I can't speak for Texas, but I know here in Florida, it's only one police officer for the entire school. I don't think you can hold that brother, a sister.
It's something wrong with that. It's something wrong with that too. You know what I'm saying? You need to have more. Listen, the problem is this, and you have people like, oh, why should my kid have to walk around seeing a gun all day? Because you don't have a problem when you walk into a bank and you see two dudes with vests and guns protecting your money. So why don't you have a problem with it at a school? It's like, I would feel a little bit better if I knew that there was a couple dudes that would walk around with guns at the school to protect my kids. It's like, you should have more security for these kids. These schools shouldn't be accessible to a point where somebody can just walk up to a school ground with no fences, no gates, no nothing. Like, you need to protect these schools. And I think high school should have metal detectors. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying putting metal detectors in elementary schools, because I don't know, but I've never seen an elementary kid bring a gun to school. I'm pretty sure it's probably happened somewhere. But for the most part, elementary kids aren't trying to kill one another. That's more of the high school thing. But like, yeah, I definitely think you need better security at these schools. Like, these schools need to be not accessible to walk up to a classroom. Like, I shouldn't be able to just walk up, park my car, and just walk straight up to a classroom. Like, no, there needs to be some type of security or somebody checking it.
So at the Boys and Girls Club where my daughters go, I kind of like their system. They don't allow parents to get out their cars. Like, they have an app. Hey, you text us your child's name, grade, let us know you're outside and what car you're in.
That's what's up. I like that.
You sit in your car until we will bring your children out to your car. I like that system.
And that's good. And that's how it should be. It's like, we should, like, and I think that's a very good system, because it's like, the thing is this, and it's, as a 2A person, it's I'm all about limiting guns to certain people, because certain people just shouldn't have them. Straight up, you just shouldn't have them. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we have to do better measures in protecting what we care about, and that's our kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there should be no reason why people have access to these classrooms. Like, no, like the office should be the first place you got to go to see your kid. The school pickup line, there should be something there. Like you ride past, that's your mom, cool, pick up your kid. So that system that you got for the girls club for your daughters, I think that's a pretty good system. And we just need to get out of this mindset that like, oh, taking away guns is gonna solve the problem, because people with, I won't even say mental health issues, because these people don't have mental health issues. These people are just flat out evil. You just got some bad people that are perfectly in their right mind. They just have some bad intentions and bad thoughts, because the dude that shot up the grocery store in Buffalo, he was like some racist extremist, and he was like 19. So he's been brainwashed to a certain point. So to a certain point to believe his views are right. Yeah. And he walked into a grocery store, you know what I'm saying, and killing innocent people of color. It's like, that's not mental health issues. Boy been brainwashed. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So with that being our kids, we just need to have a better security system.
Or even you got all these security systems at houses where they have like a barcode in their car, or a code that you put in for the gate to open for you to get in. That's another possibility. You can't get in unless you have a barcode on the side of your car or something.
Yeah, so I think that should be definitely at more schools, because it's making, I don't want my kids to be accessible to anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things where it's like, before you even get on school property, I would feel like I would feel better if you had a gate around the school property. Like when school's in session, that car line gate, bruh, close that gate. You know what I'm saying? You want to pick your kid up early, you know, you got to go through like a side access and you know, let somebody know like, hey, I'm such and such parent, I'm outside. You know what I'm saying? And somebody else come check you out, like the resource officer come check you out and make sure you legit, and then you can come inside. But like I feel like there needs to be like something around, because these kids need to be protected, because this dude didn't even, it's an elementary school. He didn't even attend this elementary school.
So let me ask a question. So, because I totally agree 100% with everybody's saying, but I'm looking at it from a different standpoint, and I'm not on this side at all. I just want to see what y'all have your answer to this question is. So putting gates around schools, I'm with that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? But what do you say to those parents? Well, you're putting my child in prison. They're feeling like they held captive. What do you say to those parents?
They're homeschooling. Keep them home. Let me ask you this. You ain't never heard nobody shooting up a prison because you can't get inside.
Hey. Hey. When you're right, you're right.
Hey, when you drop the mic, you drop the mic.
Hey, that's a mic drop. No, I like that.
Hey, point blank, period. You don't like it? Keep homeschooling. But I ain't never heard of prison getting shot up because you can't get inside. You know what I'm saying? And of course, it would be different. It wouldn't be barbed wire fences or something. But we do like they do it like some places.
I have access points, like you said.
Right. Access points.
But it's like the gate, it would be a wall. But I don't know, make it a graffiti wall, make it a colorful wall, put teachers' names on it or something. You know what I'm saying? Make it joyful looking. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like, put a gate around, because it's like, I want my school, I want to drop my kids off to a place where can't nobody get in. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anybody walking in.
Manatee High is a perfect example. Take away all the other X's and entries. That one road, Hurricane Lane.
Hurricane Lane.
If every school has something like that, you got gates on both sides. It's only one way in and one way out.
Yes, and the doors to, like, when you go to the office, those doors are locked.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, that's what every school needs to have. And honestly, if you started doing that, think about all the jobs that will open up. Think about all the manufacturers that get to make parts for this. You're honestly creating money for an economy and creating jobs, and you're protecting our kids at the same time. So I don't understand what the situation would be. And again, that would go into them tax dollars. It's like, what are you doing with our tax money? Putting your kids in a protective place and feeding them. Like, I don't understand how you be mad about that. So yeah. But yeah, no, you don't like your kid feeling like they're in prison. Homeschool them.
Next Marvel. I know that you like Marvel movies, and many of us do.
Yes.
What's your favorite and least favorite Marvel movie?
You know what? My least favorite would probably have to be Ant-Man because I never took the time out to watch it.
Hey, that's me too.
I never took the time, bro.
Ant-Man, the first one, I've watched it 3 times and I don't understand why he's a Marvel character. I don't understand.
I've watched every single Marvel movie, and some way, somehow, bro, just completely skipped over Ant-Man, bro.
Wow, I am appalled. How disrespectful.
Ant-Man have to be it for me, bro. I completely skipped over Ant-Man, like it wasn't even a movie.
Okay, whatever.
What's your most favorite Marvel movie?
My favorite Marvel movie,
or favorites.
Or favorites. Yeah.
Well, you ain't in no box. You can give 5 favorites.
I give you both. My favorite Marvel movie would have to be the first Endgame.
Okay.
The first Endgame. No, Marvel's the Avengers 3. Was it Avengers 3? Where they was in Wakanda, right? My favorite part was when Tony Stark and Spider-Man roll up on the Guardians of the Galaxy, and they were having a conversation, and he was like, "Are you with Thanos?" And he was like, "Who's Thanos?" He's like, "Where's Gamora?" And Drax was like, "I'll ask you one better. Who is Gamora?" And then somebody else was like, "Why is Gamora?" I was like, "These fools stupid." That was my favorite. That was my favorite movie because it was just a lot going on. And my favorite Marvel character, it would have to be a coin toss between Iron Man and Thor. I like Tony Stark's like smartness.
I love
His
Tony
smart
Stark.
ass is just a step beyond everything. And I just like Thor because my boy just rolls up and just be on some nonchalant, like, yeah, I'm that ever, like very nonchalantly, like I'm
no,
that.
But listen, when Thor came back and it's Infinite War, it wasn't Endgame, it's Infinite War.
It was Infinite War. Okay.
Yeah.
Infinity.
So Infinity War. So when Thor came back and he came back to Wakanda and he had the new axe and everything, he had the haircut and everything like that. And when homie said, "Where is Thanos?" That made me smile. Like my dog said, he want the smoke. Where is Thanos? He want the smoke.
So if you remember the scene in the last Avengers, right, where Tony, Cap, and Thor walk outside, and Thanos was sitting there, right? And Cap was like, "Fellas, this might be looking like a one-way trip." And Thor was like, bing, bing. And he was like, "I'm cool with that." I was like, "My boy say he want this right here with you, bro."
My dog Thor said he want that smoke.
You want this right here. But I'm my favorite my favorite villain has to be Thanos, though. Because Thanos was that dude. Thanos was like, Thanos roll up on you and was like, he's like, okay. He's like, I tried to be grateful. I tried to be merciful, right? And do this the right way. But I'm going to eliminate the entire universe.
Thing is, he was so calm all the time.
Right. He was like,
so calm.
Yes. He told them cats, I'm going to eliminate the entire universe. And you know, you don't take no pleasure in this, but I'm going to smile when I'm done. And then he put up his helmet and grabbed his sword. And I was like, oh, this nigga want to smoke too. I said, this is what we about to do tonight. And that was just some of them iconic scenes from Marvel. And if I ever had to talk to the Marvel people, I'm like, hey, bro, I don't know about you. We spent 12 years watching Marvel movies, but maybe I'm just one of the few people who missed this. But in Infinity War, when when Octopus dude roll up on Tony Stark and Doctor Strange, and Bruce Banner couldn't turn into the Hulk, and Tony Stark had to fight that big dude with that funny looking hammer. I was like, dear Marvel, you owe us a fight between Hulk and Hammer dude. Like, you owe us one, okay? Because I was really excited to see this fight, and it never happened. So you owe us a fight between Banner and Hammer Dude, bro. I don't know what you owe us one though. You definitely owe me one.
So all right. You brought up the villain thing. Could you say, all right, so would you consider Loki somewhat of a villain?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question.
What would you consider him?
He's like an on the fence, I'm in the moment type of person.
Loki is this. Loki is like the Joker from Dark Knight. He's an antagonist. Okay. And he's an antagonist. But I wouldn't necessarily consider him a villain because a villain is somebody who wants to just do evil. Loki and the Joker, they just wanted to cause problems. They didn't really cause problems. They just wanted to cause problems for like one person. Loki just wanted to cause problems for Thor, and the Joker just wanted to cause problems for Batman. So I would say they're bad guys, but it's like he's more of an anarchist / he's like a menace. I just want to be a problem, a major problem. So Loki was more of an anarchist, but he did have his good side. Because you could tell he wasn't really trying to, like, I'm going to try to take over the planet. But after I seen, like, no, I can't beat the Avengers, I'm going to just leave it alone. But for the time he was in the movies, he just do little stupid stuff that cause issues. And it's just like he was more of an anarchist / menace than more of a villain.
And if you look at the backstory of Loki, the reason why he is what he is because of the lies he was told when he was younger. If we all go back to the first Thor, that story tells you why Loki is who he is, because he was never, like Jodi said, he wasn't a villain. He was told a bunch of lies, and he kind of got an attitude about that. And that's carried on throughout this whole Marvel series. I don't think he's a villain either. I think he's been lied to, and he has an attitude about it.
Okay.
So, Jimbo, who's your favorite Marvel character?
Before I answer you that, ask me that after this question.
Okay.
I would say I think the biggest villain in Marvel so far is humans.
Ooh. No, I like that. Because you're right. It's the humans that are creating a lot of this stuff. I like that. Because if you think about, just go back to Thor again. When Thor went to Earth, they had this big old shebang that nobody knew about. Nobody knows about the shield. No one knows about anything of this nature. It's the humans. I like that, Jimbo.
Here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing. At a certain point, right? How long were you sitting here watching Thanos? Like, he wants to get rid of half the population. How long were you sitting around like, that damn well ain't even a bad idea, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what? He had some points.
he had some very valid ass points. And I'm just like, bruh, that ain't even a horrible idea right here. And every once in a while, when I'm on an interstate and I'm stuck in traffic, all because it's just that much traffic, I'm like, maybe Thanos was on to something with this. This probably doesn't make damn sense. Mm-hmm. I would say this. You know what? I would say this. The smartest villain, right, was Ultron. Ultron was alive for 5 seconds and realized, damn, these humans are the problem. They gotta go. Like,
you're right.
He was smart.
Right.
I forgot about Ultron.
I forgot about Ultron too. No, you're right. It's like that's what Jimbo said. It's all it points back to the humans.
He was alive 5 minutes and realized, these niggas gotta go. They gotta go.
Yeah.
These humans are true.
And so to answer your question, you said my least favorite movie.
Yo, I want you to answer the same question you had me.
Okay.
What's your least favorite Marvel movie?
I have two. I'm so happy you asked this question. Captain Marvel.
I knew he was going to say something sexist.
I didn't think Captain Marvel was that good neither.
Yeah, it was trash. But the reason why I think it was trash, I'm sorry, let me say, it wasn't trash. It just was bringing her story, introducing her to the world, and it was very slow, and it wasn't like any other Marvel movie. You know what I'm saying? It was just like nothing but a straight introduction. So I really didn't care for it that much. And here go Mike. He Gotta come with. Oh, I knew he was gonna say something sexy. Gotta come with something. But
I knew he was gonna say one with a female character. I knew it.
the other one is the Internals. I thought that was not good.
I haven't even seen it. I ain't even seen it.
It was all right. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a problem with it. It was all right. The Internals is all right. I haven't seen Morbius yet. I don't know if that makes me.
I didn't see Morbius yet either.
I haven't seen
Morbius yet either. But my favorite, man, that's hard.
It's a lot of good ones out there.
Listen, I love shucks. Thor Ragnarok was freakishly awesome.
That was awesome, yes.
I love Thor. Dang, man. I love all the Spider-Mans.
Oh yes.
I think this Spider-Man is the closest to the comic book Spider-Man. He's got this naive kid, doesn't know what's going on. He's learning it as he goes.
Spider-Man had me hot in his last movie. I was like, boy, he made me mad like 8 times. I was like, bro, all of them would have been dead messing with me, bro. Well, it is what it is. We got to go back to our timeline. You would have been dead. So he had me hot.
I love the Spider-Man movies. The Spider-Man movies are great. But Jimbo, we need one, Jimbo. At least one.
For what?
Your favorite movie.
Oh,
you still thinking. You still thinking.
Hold on. This where you gotta pull a Nick. Yeah, you still ain't answer the question.
Shout out to Nick.
I will have to, if I had to choose, I can't give you one. I would say it's between the Thors and Spider-Man. I love those two characters.
Yeah,
I love those two characters. But if I had to choose something, I would say Spider-Man. What was the second one called?
Homecoming.
I like Homecoming. I now they made Aunt May look good though. I say that, even though she was supposed to be older. But
she was cute in that movie.
Yeah.
I seen Aunt May, and I was like, all right, go ahead, Aunt May.
Yeah, the whole Spider-Man series. I say Spider-Man. Yeah,
that's what's up.
Well, shoot, since we got me answering B, what's up? Talk to us,
man. Okay, I think I'm with Jimbo. My least favorite is Captain Marvel. I could care less about the Captain Marvel movie. I did watch it in faith of Marvel just to see what it was all about. Like Jimbo said, it wasn't a trash movie. It was just I didn't see the point of us introducing her. The only thing I can think of why they introduced her because she came in and helped during Endgame. That's the only thing I can think of. But I think my favorite, I'm an Iron Man person. So the very first Iron Man always comes to mind. I love Iron Man, and then you got Endgame. Endgame is a tough movie because Iron Man passed away, man. He got killed, man. So you get a little emotional when you see your favorite Marvel, character get killed. But I got to go in between the Iron Man movies and then the Endgame, the whole Avengers series, are my favorites.
Now, are we gonna sit here and act like they ain't make 2 trash ass Fantastic Fours?
Oh, they did.
They did.
We're gonna sit here and act like that didn't happen.
Hopefully Marvel corrects that.
Yeah, they supposed to be.
I'm sorry. They made 3 of them because Michael B. Jordan was in another one. Oh, like 3 trash.
They supposed to be corrected at making some more films with Fantastic Four. So we'll see how that.
How? Just leave it alone.
So I agree.
So one more question for me. Out of the Marvel Disney Plus and the Netflix Marvel films like the Iron Fist and Luke Cage and the Scarlet Witch and like out of all those, the Defenders, Punisher, talk about those. It's hard to choose one, so you got to give me like 2, 3, 4 of your favorites, huh?
Luke Cage.
Okay.
And you know what it is, and I am biased.
Luke Cage was freaking awesome, bro.
Luke Cage was just I can relate.
Yeah.
So Luke Cage, you just could relate to him, And plus the people you got, I can't think of the black dude. He played in the black dude that played the bad guy in the Luke Cage first series.
The
Dude,
Jamaican guy, right?
yes, that dude did an
Amazing.
job,
Yes.
right? And it was just like he made us believe he was that bad guy. And I think, and the dude that played Luke Cage, it's like you put some great people in some great roles and some great situations, and it made the series so much more better. So
Absolutely.
with Luke Cage, and plus you can relate. You know what I'm saying? You just couldn't relate. You seen like a lot of actors that you normally wouldn't see, a lot of black actors. So that one was, you can relate to the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like black people look like black people. When the one black lady, she rocked the curly little fro, it was just like we look like
Misty.
us.
Misty, that's her name.
Misty.
You should never forget her name.
Misty, right? That was us. That was us
Yeah.
as black people. We look like we look. You know what I'm saying? We look normal. We look regular. We look like us, not that crap Tyler Perry be putting out with these gluons and hair pieces he be putting on these people. It's just
and
like,
they're trying to do something for their community. Like, I see what you're saying.
It was that. So Luke Cage, Iron Fist was cool. The Defenders was cool, but for real, Luke Cage was that movie.
Yeah, Luke Cage was.
And the series Loki was very funny.
Oh, yeah,
it was very intriguing. It was very funny. I think Disney gets it because they probably got a bigger budget and they probably got the contracts for these people to be in this stuff. But yeah, Luke Cage was that thing for me on Netflix, and Loki was really a good one for me.
Daredevil was hard too, though.
You know they got like Daredevil on like UPN or something like that, or is that the Flash?
The Flash.
Flash. And just so we clear, Marvel movies shit on DC movies 10 times over. By the way,
you know, and we can move on after this, but I love Marvel movies. I think Marvel does a fantastic job with their movies. As far as TV shows, DC does a great job with their TV shows. They have horrible movies, but as far as their TV series and their shows, I think they do a great job in that. But Marvel killed the movie game, period.
Yeah, Marvel definitely kills the movie game. Yeah. It's owned by Disney, so.
Yeah. What we got next? We're gonna do something a little fun real quick. We got a little game that me and Jimbo came up with that we've been doing. I think we did it with Creed, we did it with Telly, and now we're doing it with you. So it's our quick-witted Mad Gab game. So we're gonna say a phrase or a sentence, and the first thing that comes to mind is what you're gonna tell us. Either one word or a couple sentences or whatever. First thing comes to mind, what you're gonna say when we speak it.
All right. Faith or belief?
I believe in karma. And no matter what religion you believe in, karma's gonna come back. Whatever you put into the universe is what you're gonna get out. So whether you Christian, Muslim, Buddhism, whatever, karma's there. So that's definitely good.
Okay. Future goals.
Hopefully getting this house by somewhere by the end of 2023.
Okay.
My name on it.
That's what's up.
Uncle Jodi.
Oh man, certified babysitter, baby. Uncle Jodi love the kids.
He's a certified babysitter.
Certified babysitter. They gonna come back clean. They gonna come back clean, fed, and healthy. I don't know if they pick up some phrases along the way. I ain't got nothing to do with that, but I love the kids, baby. Certified babysitter.
That's what's up. What is happiness?
Being able to live with yourself at the end of the night, when you lay in your bed, you know what I'm saying, and you close your eyes, knowing that you cool with everything that you got going on, and you're not stressed about nothing. Like you're good, like emotionally and mentally. Like you can lay down and go to sleep, and you're not stressed out about nothing.
What are you passionate about? Passion.
Oh man, football. That's I love me some football. I could talk about football all day long. Like that's all I look on my highlights is football, and you know what? Being a good person, to the right people, and not wasting my time.
Okay. Here we go. Jada Pinkett Smith. There we go. I couldn't wait to get to this one. Here we go.
That light-skinned, bald-headed wench. First of all, can't stand her. She is the you know what, the epitome of ungrateful and toxic. The epitome of ungrateful and toxic. It's just like bald head. Oh,
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Go ahead, Jim.
So, favorite artists or artists?
You know, I rock with my boy Gates. You know what I'm saying? Gates. And Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is that dude. Lil Wayne has always been that dude for me. And you know what? It's gonna be a weird one, right? It's gonna be a weird one. But John Legend, because if you listen to a lot of his music, he has a lot of messages in his music. Whether he wrote it or he didn't, he has a lot of messages in his music. So John Legend would be definitely one.
That's what's up. Here go another one. Kevin Samuels.
Oh man, R.I.P. to my boy, man. God, Kevin Samuels was the dude who finally said what every man was saying. He was, and you can hate him all you want to, but 90% of the stuff he said was straight facts. And even if you highly disagreed with it, there was some truth to it. I had a whole argument when he said women over 35 and aren't married are no good, and a lot of women were upset. But I was like, think about it like this: besides the women that just got out of really long relationships, why are you 35 and not married? And you blaming it on men? Maybe it's you. Maybe you're the reason why you're not married. So Kevin Samuels was that dude. He was the city boy savior, my motivation to Tuesday, and now I gotta dedicate my Tuesdays to living through his legacy. So you know.
I think the biggest message that I got from him is women are taught to expect certain things out of man and certain things for men to do that they aren't willing to do. They aren't willing to reciprocate.
I can get that too.
But and that's gonna be a whole topic on Tuesday. These two are gonna be a whole topic.
I'm gonna have to make time for that one right there, bro.
You and B gonna have to make time for that one.
No, because you're right. Women are raised to accept things and to not accept things, and then you want your man to do what you don't accept to do yourself.
They want the man to do husband stuff without a ring or a problem.
Right. But you ain't willing to do wife stuff. No, yeah. Book me for that show.
Hey, I already got a topic for we gonna talk about it after. We're gonna talk about it after this. I'm gonna feel you.
All right. Last but not least, mental issues. What are some mental issues that you deal with, and how should we as people handle mental issues?
I think that you have to start listening to people, and you have to listen through them through what they're saying, not what you think. It's like you literally another piece of advice my granddad told me a while back was listening is a skill, and not everybody possesses that skill. You have to be willing to listen and understand people. And when you listen and understand people's issues, you'll understand that not everything is a quick pick me up, shut up, get over it, fix. It is like listening to people and figuring out what triggered, because the biggest thing for mental issues is what triggered this. You know what I'm saying? This ain't just pop out of nowhere. This is a trigger from something. So we get to the root of it. I think mental issues is getting to the root of the mental issues and finding out the trigger and then starting from there. And once you start from there, you might be able to navigate around it or even fix it to a certain point. But shutting your mouth and opening your ears and understanding how something started, so we can figure out how to navigate from that point on.
Okay. That's what's up. This interview was fantastic, man. I just want to say this interview was fantastic. It was fun. Before we let out Mike, man, is there anything you want to say to anybody that could potentially be watching this? Any words of wisdom?
Every day you wake up is a day and opportunity to fix whatever mistake you made yesterday. Every day you wake up is an opportunity to be better than you was yesterday. Every day you wake up is God telling you that he's not through with you yet. So no matter what you're going through, don't stop. Because if you stop in the middle of it, then you're in the middle of it. If God wanted you to stop in the middle of it, he wouldn't have woke you up. So when you wake up in the morning, it's an opportunity to get out of whatever you out of. So take advantage of it.
It is.
It sounds like to me somebody been reading the word. Holy scriptures. Yeah.
Hey, no, that was what's up, man. Hey, I love that insert, man. But,
Jimmy, get off me.
Jimmy, get off me. Hey, he got nothing to say to you right now, bro. He got nothing to say.
Hey, but hold on. Please don't tell me you did this interview. That looked like a Young Jesus snowman shirt.
No, actually, no. It's from one of our my girl Khalesia, right? It's the Hello Black Man.
Okay.
One of our guests from Tuesday, she sent me this shirt, and it's Hello Black Man, and she has her podcast is labeled around the mental health and talking about black men. So this was her shirt, like the Hello Black.
That was a good segue, boy. Dang.
Hey, you know me. People send us stuff. I never would have thought anywhere in my podcasting, but I'd be getting free T-shirts and free wine. But I got it though, so I'm gonna accept the free gifts.
That's what's up.
I didn't do it in a snowman shirt.
Okay, good.
What if he did do it in a snowman shirt, Jimbo?
He grown.
Then why you ask the question?
Because I'm gonna talk trash.
Don't you ask the question for I'm so grown there, Jimmy.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You so grown. Why you ask the question?
Because I'm gonna talk trash. That's
you trying to start something.
Yeah. You say potato, I say potato.
All right, Jimbo 305.
That's 305 coming out right there.
305 Jimbo right there.
But listen, man, we enjoyed this interview, man. Getting to know the family. Y'all tune in because y'all don't know who's gonna be next. Because we getting to know the whole family. We already got Creed, got Telly, got Mike. We don't know who's going to be next. So it's your boy, the CEO, B. Then you got Nacho, Average Chef, Jimbo. And, man, Mike Stokes, Jodi Skywalker, Mike Hendrix, Friday Night Lights, whatever
Jimmy,
you want to call them. Jimmy, get off me.
Jimmy, get off me. That's going to be the
next name.
That's going to be the next name on there. Jimmy, get off me.
Jimmy, get off me.
Hey, hold on. Make sure you make Mr. Impact Jr. on there, too.
And Mr. Impact Jr.? Yeah, I like that one, too. But we love you guys. Hey, you know what it is. This family talk. Let's discuss it. We out. Y'all be on the lookout for some more getting to know the family. Peace, y'all.
Overtake this moment from me. So nigga, while I got it, the fuck it, it's all good.